Hey Joe, Eric, Rob. I got this a little while ago from my buddy over at the Gaming Goat, Eddie in Chicago there. It's up on Harlem and Tui if you're interested in stopping by. He always has great prices. They'll usually do kind of up to 30% off sometimes on a lot of the games that they have there. So stop on in, talk to him. And I mean, he's a great guy. And they've got great prices there. This is a Games Workshop game, a revamp or redo of a game that they created a while ago back in the 80s called Warhammer Quest. It's a pretty cool game. The dungeon crawl. You had your little character, your stack cards. You went through this dungeon and had encounters with monsters. You found treasure. You know, you could level up, kind of, when you got rare artifacts that kind of boosted your character's stats and stuff like that. And it was even possible to create a role-playing game based on this. I think it was based on a role-playing game originally, the first Warhammer Quest. And then you could actually take your characters from the Warhammer Quest game and actually put them into your armies for the Warhammer Fantasy Battle game. I'm not sure how it worked. You know, the rules were pretty good. They were pretty intuitive, but I never got the chance to do it. But it was a fun game nonetheless. So I picked this game up, Warhammer Quest Silver Tower, which is based on the new Age of Sigmar games. You can tell by the Sigmarine right here. Is what they call them nowadays. This is Stormcast Eternal, sorry, but people call them Sigmarines. I was really excited about this game. It's basic dungeon crawl. There's about 8 scenarios here to go through. The cool thing is, it comes with like 4 or 5 characters or something like that, maybe 6. But you can add characters from the Warhammer Age of Sigmar universe. All you have to do is basically pick up your figure and get a set of cards that they make, or download them for free. I think they have them free on the website, and you can actually download an app to your phone that you can add all these characters to, which makes it really easy to, you know, keep your information, track your stuff, and you can play all different kinds of characters. So it's pretty cool. There's a new version called Warhammer Quest Shadows over Hammerfall, I think that's what it's called, which is supposed to be a bit more like the classic game. I'm gonna pick that up real soon, actually, and hopefully I can get these models done and get a play test through with my friends. But we're gonna go ahead and open this up so you guys can see, just like most GW products. Here we got our guidebook. And I haven't opened it yet because there are instructions there. There's scenarios and stuff in here I don't want to spoil for anybody. Let's open this up here. And we have a ton of sprues with some really cool miniatures. Very detailed. A lot of the enemies are based on Tzeentch, the Chaos Demon God, Lord of Change. There's some goblins in here. There's other creatures. There's some really cool familiars. But there's like pink horrors, blue horrors, brimstone horrors, chaos sorcerers. Very cool. Just a second sprue. Looks like a repeat sprue. There's some cultists, which, you know, who doesn't like cultists? You can add them to almost anything, any kind of game. And now here we have the sprues for the heroes, or conquerors, or whatever you want to call them. Very, very cool. These models are just phenomenal. Some more heroes and villains. Actually, the main sorcerer of this campaign is in here. Sorry if not showing these too well. I'm working with a new camera angle here. And of course, bag of bases. Oh, here's another character. Looks like the cleric and his familiar, which are really cool, like cat griffin thingies. That little guy right there. Very cool. Your cards to represent like your artifacts, things like that, things that happen in the game that affect your hero. Bag of dice. It's kind of cool. They gave you different colored dice for each hero, so it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 different colored dice. 6. So there's 6 heroes. That's kind of cool. These are fate dice. You basically use them to, you know, obviously determine your wounds, how many hit points your characters have. And this here is your adventure pack, like shows, you know, what rooms to put in next when you're exploring different rooms, things like that. Supposedly the Silver Tower is like very magic based, and the rooms inside constantly change, so you have that going on, which is kind of cool. Here's your hero cards. I actually bought the separate pack with all the expanded hero cards, and there's some pretty cool characters in there too, so I'll probably do a review on that later. And then you have here the pack of tiles. These are like printed on heavy cardstock, you can see there, just like the original one. So you've got some rooms. A lot of people complain that these rooms are very difficult to see the patterns on, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see what we got when we start playing. Especially when you paint your miniatures, I can see them being very distracted. But it's a Tower of Zinch, so if it doesn't have colors and change, it's not Zinch. Alright, that is it for the contents of the box. Hopefully I can get this cracked open and like put together, maybe even paint soon. So I like to get my miniatures done as soon as possible, at least primed and ready to play, in case everybody's interested in playing this game. I hope they are. It's a big box set to play, or to buy and not use. But either way, that's Warhammer Quest Silver Tower. I think it's pretty cool. The miniatures look great. They look better than the original ones. The original ones were what they were. They were great for what we needed back then. But this is like the new standard for GW models, which is phenomenally better. Good job. Thanks for watching.